The strategic development of economic globalization, energy-saving, and environment-friendly products in emerging industries has brought unprecedented opportunities and challenges to the key basic electronic components in the parts trade of the electronic information industry. Jianghai Capacitor Company Limited, by accumulating R&D achievements and conducting industrial integration, has extended its business scale to the aspects of film capacitors, supercapacitors, etc., becoming a capacitor and energy storage solution provider, including extension to the upstream raw materials. Meanwhile, Jianghai brand has already been developed as the national brand of the aluminum electrolytic capacitor with its own independent intellectual property right, which has really stepped into the mainstream market of the world. By grasping firmly downstream demand and the industrial and the technological development trend, taking the market as the source of vitality, innovation as the drive, and the investment in technical reform as the guarantee, Jianghai Capacitor Company Limited has paved the way for sustainable and healthy international development with an inclusive and open mind, the spirit of encouraging innovation, the attitude of tolerating failure, and a series of favorable incentives. It has established a technical management team with long-term stability, rich experience, and fruitful achievements. Jianghai has been long devoted itself to the R&D and upgrading new technologies and products, and takes the road of industry, university, research collaboration, and early involvement in customer design, backed up at a state-level postdoctoral scientific research workstation and the Capacitor Engineering and Technological Research Center of Jiangsu Province. The R&D platform for capacitors and materials, special purpose equipment, detection and test, application, etc., has been set up. The company has fully merged and acquired the intellectual property right of Japanese ACT Corporation for manufacturing lithium-ion supercapacitors and modules, and employed an international R&D team and several core technological experts to develop the film and supercapacitors at a higher starting point. Thus, the development pattern to have more various products in steps and with multi-growth points has come into being. Based on the principle good materials result in good capacitors, Jianghai has actively arranged and been focusing on the technology, process, research breakthrough of three key materials of the capacitor and extended the aluminum electrolytic capacitor industry chain. It has developed the high-voltage edged foil with maximum capacitance and the carbon-coated foil for polymer capacitors, and also solved the technological problem concerning the treatment of wastewater from the foil forming process, and mastered the latest vacuum coating technology, and developed the electrode material for supercapacitor, thus to effectively guarantee the performance, quality and supply of the materials, with the advantages of the industry chain formed. It is the only company among the enterprises of the same trade in the electrical power and electronics field, which can simultaneously develop, manufacture, and market three categories of capacitor as a response to the demand of basic components required by the development of the downstream strategic emerging industries. Its business has spread over many areas, covering industrial control, customer electronics, lifting equipment, traffic and transportation, new energy, military industry, etc. Jianghai has manufactured capacitor products of high reliability and performance with international competitiveness, and forged the Jianghai brand, which is of higher popularity and customer satisfaction. It has successfully passed the certifications of CNAS, ISO 4001, ISO 9001, CE, UL 50AC, UL 810, etc., being China's well-known trademark and the famous brand products of Jiangsu province. Following the marketing concept of closer to the customers, more market gain, we will win. Jianghai continuously focuses on perfecting its global marketing network and has established a long-term and stable cooperation with numerous international and domestic famous brands, and formed a community of shared interest with some of the strategic customers. At the very beginning of the establishment of Nantong Jianghai Capacitor Factory, it had already defined its enterprise aim to be integrated cast brand and fusion wins the market, and always devoted itself to the operation idea of market-oriented and customer-focused. It has shifted forward its technical service to customers' whole process of design, test, and improvement, providing our customers with look-ahead and custom-made service in terms of performance and cost, etc., and has formed a rapid and flexible market response mechanism and gained higher customer satisfaction and loyalty. Viewing from development of Jianghai, the scientific and technological innovation and transformation and upgrading go all the way through. In the great and profound era of transformation of economic development pattern and the industrial structure transition and upgrading, Jianghai will seize the opportunity and brings its own advantages into full play and strengthen R&D innovation, striving to build a global famous brand in the capacitor industry and realizing the continuous and healthy development and revenue growth of the company. The rivers run thousands of miles, and the sea is to hold hundreds of rivers. Jianghai will be with you to make great achievements together, hand in hand.